Emanuel Kant on faith and reason. Immanuel Kant, an 18th-century German philosopher, revolutionized Western philosophy with his critical philosophy that harmonized rationalist and empiricist traditions. Among his many contributions, his exploration of faith and reason stands out as a profound attempt to reconcile the realms of religion and philosophy. Kant's views on this topic are scattered across his seminal works, primarily Critique of Pure Reason, Critique of Practical Reason, and Religion Within the Boundaries of Mere Reason. This article delves deeply into these works to provide a comprehensive understanding of Kant's philosophy concerning faith and reason. The Limits of Human Reason, Critique of Pure Reason. Kant's Critique of Pure Reason is a cornerstone of his philosophy, where he introduces his critical method and the concept of the limits of human reason. Here, Kant distinguishes between phenomena, the world as we experience it, and noumena, the world as it is in itself. This distinction is crucial for understanding Kant's epistemology and his views on faith and reason. Phenomena are accessible to human experience and can be known through empirical observation and logical analysis. Noumena, on the other hand, represent things as they are in themselves, beyond the reach of human perception and cognition. This means that while we can know the empirical world through science and rational inquiry, we cannot have direct knowledge of metaphysical realities such as God, the soul, or immortality. These lie beyond the realm of possible experience and hence are unknowable through pure reason alone. Kant's critical philosophy asserts that while pure reason is powerful in structuring our experience and making sense of empirical data, it has its limits. It cannot extend beyond the realm of possible experience to grasp the noumenal world. This limitation has significant implications for metaphysical knowledge. Kant argues that traditional metaphysical claims about God, the soul, and the cosmos are speculative and not grounded in empirical evidence or rational necessity. However, this does not render metaphysical questions meaningless. Instead, Kant reorients the discussion by emphasizing the role of practical reason and moral philosophy in addressing these issues. Practical Reason and Moral Philosophy. Critique of Practical Reason. In the Critique of Practical Reason, Kant shifts focus from the theoretical limits of reason to its practical application in moral philosophy. Practical reason, according to Kant, is concerned with action and the principles that guide moral behavior. Central to his moral philosophy is the concept of the categorical imperative, a universal moral law that commands us to act only according to maxims that we can will as universal laws. For Kant, moral principles are derived from practical reason and are expressed through the categorical imperative. Unlike empirical laws, which are contingent and based on observation, moral laws are necessary and universal, rooted in the rational nature of human beings. This universality and necessity of moral law point to a higher moral order that transcends individual inclinations and cultural variations. Kant argues that the existence of God, the immortality of the soul, and human freedom are rational postulates of practical reason. These postulates are not empirical truths, but necessary assumptions that make moral action intelligible. The idea of God, for example, provides a moral framework in which the highest good, the perfect harmony of virtue and happiness, can be achieved. Similarly, the belief in the immortality of the soul offers the possibility of moral development and the ultimate realization of the highest good beyond this life. Thus, while pure reason cannot prove the existence of God or the immortality of the soul, practical reason requires these beliefs to make sense of our moral obligations and the pursuit of the highest good. Kant's moral faith is a rational faith, grounded not in empirical evidence or speculative reason, but in the practical necessities of moral life. Religion within the boundaries of mere reason. Kant's exploration of faith and reason reaches a mature expression in religion within the boundaries of mere reason. Here he argues for a rational religion grounded in moral principles rather than dogma or revelation. For Kant, true religion is essentially moral and rational, and religious faith should be based on the moral law rather than on supernatural claims. In this work, Kant critiques the institutional aspects of organized religion that often prioritize dogma, rituals, and authority over genuine moral development. He contends that religion should support and enhance ethical living by aligning with the principles of practical reason. This rational religion focuses on the cultivation of moral character and the promotion of ethical behavior. Kant sees religious faith as a means to an end, the end being the development of moral character and the realization of the highest good. He believes that organized religion should facilitate this moral development and should be evaluated based on how well it aligns with and supports the moral law. Kant's emphasis on rational religion does not diminish the importance of faith. Instead, it redefines faith as a moral commitment that supports and is supported by reason. This moral faith, grounded in the principles of practical reason, provides a rational foundation for religious belief and practice. The harmony of faith and reason. Kant's philosophy represents a sophisticated attempt to harmonize faith and reason. He acknowledges the limitations of pure reason in accessing metaphysical truths, but emphasizes the role of practical reason in grounding moral faith. This approach allows him to affirm the importance of religious belief while maintaining the integrity of rational inquiry and moral autonomy. Kant's synthesis of faith and reason offers a nuanced perspective that respects the limits of human cognition while affirming the moral and rational dimensions of religious faith. By rooting religious belief in the practical necessities of moral life, Kant provides a framework that integrates faith and reason in a mutually supportive and coherent manner. Implications for modern philosophy and theology. Kant's views on faith and reason have had a profound impact on modern philosophy and theology. His critical philosophy challenged traditional metaphysical and theological claims, leading to a re-evaluation of the foundations of religious belief. At the same time, his emphasis on the moral dimensions of faith influenced subsequent ethical theories and approaches to religion. Kant's philosophy has been both critiqued and embraced by later thinkers. Some have argued that his strict separation between phenomena and noumena undermines the possibility of meaningful metaphysical knowledge. Others have appreciated his attempt to ground religion in moral rationality, seeing it as a way to preserve the ethical core of religious traditions while avoiding dogmatism. In contemporary theology, Kant's ideas have influenced various movements, including liberal theology, which seeks to reconcile religious belief with modern scientific and philosophical developments. His emphasis on the moral aspects of religion has also resonated with theologians who advocate for a faith that is deeply connected to ethical living and social justice. Critiques and counterarguments. Despite the influence and significance of Kant's philosophy, it has not been without its critics. Some argue that Kant's division between phenomena and noumena is too rigid and that it unnecessarily restricts the scope of human knowledge. Critics contend that this dichotomy leaves too much of reality unexplained and inaccessible to human understanding. Moreover, some theologians and philosophers argue that Kant's reliance on practical reason to justify religious beliefs is insufficient. They claim that religious faith often involves elements that go beyond moral rationality, such as personal experiences, community practices, and historical traditions, which cannot be fully captured by Kant's framework. Others have critiqued Kant's notion of the highest good, arguing that it presupposes a specific understanding of morality and happiness that may not be universally shared. They suggest that Kant's moral philosophy, while rigorous, may be too abstract and detached from the concrete realities of human life and experience. Kant's lasting legacy. Despite these critiques, Kant's work remains a pivotal reference point in discussions of faith and reason. His efforts to delineate the limits of human cognition and to ground religious belief in moral principles have provided a framework for ongoing debates in philosophy and theology. Kant's insistence on the importance of moral integrity and rational coherence in religious faith continues to inspire those seeking a thoughtful and ethical approach to religion. Kant's philosophy encourages a form of religious belief that is deeply ethical and rational, challenging individuals to live in accordance with universal moral principles. This vision of faith, rooted in the practical necessities of moral life, offers a way to navigate the complex relationship between reason and religion in the modern world. Conclusion. Immanuel Kant's exploration of faith and reason represents a significant milestone in the history of philosophy. His critical approach, which respects the limits of pure reason while affirming the moral necessity of religious belief, offers a nuanced and sophisticated framework for understanding the interplay between faith and rationality. By grounding religious faith in the principles of practical reason, Kant provides a rational foundation for religious belief that is both ethically robust and philosophically coherent. His emphasis on the moral dimensions of faith highlights the importance of living in accordance with universal moral principles, offering a vision of religion that is deeply connected to ethical living and the pursuit of the highest good. Kant's philosophy continues to inspire and challenge, inviting us to consider the profound connections between our moral commitments and our religious beliefs. In a world where the relationship between faith and reason remains a central and often contentious issue, Kant's insights offer a valuable perspective that seeks to harmonize these two fundamental aspects of human life. As we reflect on Kant's legacy, we are reminded of the enduring importance of critical thinking, moral integrity, and rational faith. These principles, which lie at the heart of Kant's philosophy, continue to guide us in our quest for understanding, meaning, and ethical living in an ever-changing world. This detailed exploration of Kant's views on faith and reason, grounded in his major works, provides a comprehensive understanding of his philosophy. Through this lens, we can appreciate the depth and significance of Kant's contributions to the ongoing dialogue between faith and reason, philosophy and religion.